Hello everybody and welcome to the Michigan International Speedway for the NASCAR Xfinity Series LTI Printing 250, another episode of our NASCAR Heat 5 2023 mod career mode here, where of course Rajah Caruth is on pole with an extremely fast car today for the main storyline going into this race. Can he get his first career win and win his way into the playoffs from the first spot below the car line? We'll find out as we are green and underway in the Irish Hills of Michigan. Who is going to bring home the victory today? It is Caruth leading the field to the green. We are qualified back here in 29th. An abysmal qualifying effort. We have a long way to go to get to the front of this field. We'll see what we can do on our number 97 WeatherTech Chevrolet here at Michigan. As we catch up to the back of the 43 of Ryan Ellis. Give him a little shot right there. Try to go by 28th. Get underneath Ellis to the inside lane. Down the back straightaway now. Drafting up to Jeb Burton and Kyle Sieg, who of course in real life went upside down here like a month ago. Now we're going to the inside of the 27 of Jeb Burton for 26 in the 3 and 4th. An aggressive dive bomb. We get by him and work on passing Brennan Poole and Anthony Alfredo at the moment, but we don't quite have the momentum, so you got to stay on the inside 3 wide with Poole and Honeyman. We have to stay out of the throttle. Poole goes by on the top, but Honeyman, we have to side draft Alfredo there on the top lane. This opening up racing, not really going anywhere. Only gaining like 2 or 3 spots. Now into 1 and 2 though. We get a good entry to the corner on the inside lane. Drive back ahead of Alfredo and Honeyman. Clear for 24th now. As we start our sights on Brennan Poole. Rajah Caruth continuing to lead from the drop of the green flag and drive away with this. As we go by Poole and now the inside of Tanner Gray in that 19 this week for 22nd. We go by him. Now aggressive dive going clear of Haley Deegan. Now going 3 wide with Matt DiBenedetto and Ty Dillon. Lots of contact up the racetrack. A little too wide right there. Pushing the issue. Not quite what we needed there. So now we're on the outside lane trying to get 19th away from Jeremy Clements. As we go into turn 1 of 40 going stage 1. We will clear Clements for 19th place. Later that lap, we down the backstretch. We switch to the inside of DiBenedetto and Ty Dillon. 3 wide now for 17th. We full send it in there. Too aggressive. Ty Dillon gives us a shot. We're into Quaffle and Eckes. We're now 3 wide up against the wall. Somehow we avoid completely wrecking all of us, but Eckes does get squeezing the outside wall there. Catches some damage. And we just have a little door slam there at the 8 of Carson Quaffle with 3 to go in stage 1. We are trying to hold on for dear life to 17th place right now. As we go into 1 and 2, we go up into Quaffle though, because Ty Dillon gave us a push, which got us an awkward entry to the corner there. Not the line we wanted to take. We slide back to 18th. Now here trying to just hold on, throw a huge block on Alfredo, and the caution will come out for the end of stage 1. Rajah Caruth gets the stage 1 win here in Michigan. Sammy Smith in second, Allgaier, Gregson, and Brandon Jones the top 5. Followed by Cole Custer, Ryan Sieg, Sheldon Creed, Connor Zilish, and Taylor Gray the top 10. Now we're back underway in stage number 2 here from position number 16 on the outside of the 8 of Carson Quaffle. As we set our sights on moving forwards up through the pack here as we go by Quaffle now. We're trying to catch up to DiBenedetto and Allmendinger up ahead, who are running 13th and 14th. As exit the 2, we clear Quaffle, get to the outside lane now of Matty D, trying to get a good run, drafting up to our teammate of AJ Allmendinger right ahead of us here. As now we go to the inside of him and Ty Dillon. 3 wide pass into 3. Works out well for 12th. Now on the inside of Kligerman and Connor Zilish, our Alliance teammate there with the Trackhouse Colleague Racing Alliance, and we're clear now for the 10th position in the top 10 for the first time today here in Michigan. Early in stage 2, 3 laps later, we're trying to hang on to 10th, but Connor Zilish has gotten to our inside, and Zilish is now looking to make the pass on us here. We can't quite hold on to the position. Zilish goes by on the bottom. Kligerman goes by as well. Now it's just bleeding positions. Now there's 1, 2, 3, 4 spots. We drop all the way down to 14th now. A few laps later is the last out of stage 2. We are trying to hang on to 14th here, which looks like we will do. We can't quite catch Ty Dillon. And Rajah Caruth is going to win stage 2 and sweep the stages here in Michigan, gaining 20 humongous stage points and 2 big playoff points. If he can win, will help him for a strong playoff run in his rookie campaign. Sammy Smith, Allgaier, Sieg, and Gregson were the top 5. Then Brandon Jones, Custer, Allmendinger, Kligerman, and Zilish were the top 10. So now we restart here in 13th in the 3rd and final stage of racing. Diving to the inside of Ty Dillon once again for 12th here into turn 1. And we've been about 10th to 16th place car today. We're just trying to hang on to whatever really positions we can. Try to get some track positions, snag a top 10 in reality is the goal here for the race. To go to the inside of the 18 of Creed now, looking for 11th on the racetrack. Got Zilish right up ahead of him inside the top 10. It's just like on the last restart. We drove up in the top 10. We'll do it again this time. back into 10th now. We're going by AJ Allmendinger now on the inside for 9th, continuing to try to take advantage of our quickness and the good grip in these tires on the restart. As Allmendinger got a little bit of a side draft going down the front stretch. 13 to go. Ty Dillon gets up to us, gives us a push down this front straightaway, going 196 into turn 1. As you get to know, Grace down lap 22, the 99 in Connor Zilish. He's dropped back to 13th, and he blows a tire. Around goes Zilish into the outside wall. Hard hit there from Tanner Gray and Jeb Burton. Multiple others collected. Zilish goes crashing. Caution is out, and we decide to join Connor Zilish, come down pit lane, get 4 fresh tires, and fill the car up with fuel. Because I believe if this thing goes green the rest of the way, Zilish and I will have enough fuel, and everyone else is going to run out. They're going to have to pit, and we'll be in a great spot to win this race. So on the restart, there's a huge stack up on the bottom line, so I was to go all the way up from 35th to 18th, gaining 17 spots because of Tanner Gray and the 19, who has heavy damage on the hood of that race car from plowing into Connor Zilish under that last caution flag. So just like that, we're up to 16th, up 19 spots in half a lap here at Michigan with a tremendous turn of events on this restart. Now we cleared Jesse Love, and now we're just like that, we're in the top 15. Now setting our sights on Jeb Burton, up 20 spots now, looking for position number 21 since the restart. As we go up into 14th now, Jesse Love with a good push into 3, and we go to the inside and we clear Jeb Burton and move into 14th here in Michigan. It's about where we're going to stay. We're too far back to get the draft of Gray or Creed down the road in P12 and P13. Now on lap 30 is Carson Qualified running in 31st position. Up ahead of him, the Leland Honeyman crashing into the outside wall of the flat tire. There goes Honeyman into Qualified, who's going to slam, just avoid slamming the pit wall by mere inches. And now we'll bring out a caution. So Connor Zilish and I decide to stay out on the racetrack here with 2 to go in overtime to try to do whatever it takes to win this race, as that was our only strategy play, was having it run green to the end or just staying out. Precaution came out. So here we are. We're clear for the lead into turn 1 over Connor Zilish, and Caruth, remember, has been dominating all race long for his first career win back in 3rd. Now here we are, coming to the white flag this time by. Here comes Cole Custer. We throw a block to the inside, a white flag in the air, final laps are going to make here. Michigan, here comes Zilish, a huge block on the outside, down across the nose of Cole Custer. We almost go wrecking into turn 1 with a huge block. Here comes Caruth on the outside. We're making contact, trying to hang on in the middle. We just don't have the grip on the old tires. We slide back to 5th, and now it is Caruth and Custer side by side for the lead and for the win here, going to 3 and 4 for the final time here in Michigan. Can Rajah Caruth lock himself into the playoffs with his first career win? Or can Cole Custer get another win to his impressive Xfinity resume? We're back here trying to hold on to 6, blocking everybody behind us. Loose off the Zilish, blocking clear, and we're spinning across the line. But Rajah Caruth wins in Michigan. We crash across the line in 9th, and there is the margin of victory. Caruth over Cole Custer by about half a car length at the line. What a finish. First career win for Rajah Caruth. As now we look at your final race results here from the Xfinity Series at Michigan. Of course, Rajah Caruth, the huge win, now bumps into the playoffs from below the cut line with his first ever win. Cole Custer comes home in 2nd. Allgaier and Gregson, who are now the 2 bubble drivers, 3rd and 4th. Ryan Sieg with a strong top 5 finish. Kligerman, Allmendinger, Zilish, 6th, 7th, 8th. And of course, we were wrecking across the line there in 9th. And Matt DiBenedetto rounds off the top 10. The rest of the grid there, Sammy Smith, who was top 5 all day, disappointed in 11th. See, not to finish, Parker Retzlaff or Tanner Gray we're looking for today as well, or Quaffle with all of their issues. So Caruth gets the big win here in Michigan. Now looking at the updated playoff grid, just 5 races remain now to the Xfinity Series playoffs begin, and now there's just 1 singular spot left on points, currently held by Noah Gragson by just 4 points over Justin Allgaier because of Rajah Caruth's upset win, which now locks him into the playoffs as currently the 5 seed. Is now Gregson by 4 over Allgaier. Eckes is out by 236. Everybody else is in a must-win scenario. Taylor Gray, Brandon Jones, Ryan Sieg, everybody has to win. That's the only way they're going to make the playoffs, is the points are so huge, and Eckes will probably be in that situation within a race or 2. So tight points battle between Allgaier and Gregson for that last spot here in the Xfinity Series. And now we're going to head to the main event of today's episode. Always a good time when we head to the Iowa Speedway, which is where we will be for the NASCAR Cup Series Iowa Corn 350 here at Iowa Speedway. As last season we had a very solid run here, coming home with a top 5 finish. As the stories of the race, looks like Ryan Blaney qualified on pole position. Of course, the real-life race winner for the inaugural Cup Series race at Iowa in 2024 was Ryan Blaney, keeping that momentum up at the pole here. Austin Cindric failed tech inspection. He will start at the rear, as well as the 23 of Bubba Wallace after failing inspection multiple times. As we debut now a brand new number 99 Best Buy paint scheme, once again painted by my guy Landon Tollison. Shout out to him, a great painter, hooking me up with this scheme as well as a few others, including the one directly in front of us, driven by Cole Custer, the Andes Ford. So now we start this race from 21st. We are underway here in Iowa. Who is going to get the victory? Blaney out to the early advance for the race lead to give Logano a shot through turn 1. Catching up to the back of the 67 of Corey Heim right up ahead of us, who has another new paint scheme, another one made by Landon Tollison, who has made that paint scheme as well as Cole Custer's today and my scheme. So now we are back here in 19th, going to the inside of Michael McDowell on exit of turn 4. Trying to make a move into 17th, which we will now, going 3 wide with Logano, bouncing off of cars here, going into turn 1 and 2. Aggressive starting this race, trying to get as many positions as possible here in Michigan. We go, Iowa, sorry, to the top of the racetrack. Now catching up to the 42 of John Hernimacek to get into the top 15. We get to the outside of him, now trying to go to the inside of the 48 of Bowman to get into that 15th spot. As now we got Corey Heim back on our inside. Now Heim making it 3 wide. The rookie having a very impressive showing so far early today. Following this, he and I just both working our way forwards from subpar starting positions. As now we continue to battle Nemechek now side by side with him. We got our teammate Chastain working that outside lane. We try to get by Corey Heim and his safe light Toyota, that he continues to drive away, showing some real pace here early in this race. Now looking to get by Gibbs and Ross Chastain as we secure 15th place, going to 1. We now send it a little aggressively, give a shot there to Ty Gibbs, a big bump, drive to the inside, lots of contact, and turn him around. Around goes Gibbs, and around we go. We save it, though, off the nose of Bowman. He saves us from completely wrecking, so we're able to have only minimal damage and lose only minimal positions. Only back now to just that 17th position, trying to hold off the young Carson Hocevar in the 77 in his sophomore season in that Delaware Life Chevrolet, which is another fresh paint scheme made by Landon Tollison, of course, for them in this race. His scheme, Corey Himes, Cole Custer's, and my own. And now field laps there, we're going to the inside of Bowman, a huge shot, just completely punt the 48 out of the way. Definitely not what I intended to do. Just shunted him out of the way, allows us to get by Nemechek, 2 for 1 there, and we're into 15th. Chasing down the 21 of Cole Custer into turn 1, who just had an atomic dive bomb right there and make it work with a brilliant pass outside of Cole Custer. He's going to hit us with a crossover. Crisscross applesauce. Cole Custer back to our inside, and that Andy's frozen custard Ford for the Wood brothers, trying to secure that 14th spot, but we get back on his outside lane now. Fighting him for the position, trying to work the outside, which we will get him at the line. So now we try to chase down Christopher Bell up ahead of us in the 20. Give him a bump there, being a little aggressive, just trying to stay even with Cole Custer here. So we're moving to 14th. Now the battle between Custer and I is for 13th. Down the backstretch into 3 and 4, we continue on the outside of Cole Custer and his Wood Brothers Racing Ford, and Custer will take the position for 13th. We'll have to regroup and figure a way to get back around Custer. To few laps later, we are now doing with 20 to go in the stage. We go back to the inside of Cole Custer, and we clear him through turn 1. Secured 13th. Start sights on the 24 of William Byron. He's been our rival all year long. Now for 12th on the racetrack in that Lego Chevrolet. We're trying to work by Byron here side by side through the start-finish line. We still hold 12th now. At this point, we're getting to that late point in the run where it's trying to manage your tires but still have the speed at the same time to go make passes, which we have just done there on William Byron. Into 12th we go now. 2 laps there, we've caught up to Ryan Blaney for 11th. Chase it up ahead of him. Time to smoke up ahead. There's a car in trouble, a car in the wall. That is Ross Chastain. That is our teammate on the flat tire. He comes flying back up the racetrack, completely wipes out, nearly got us involved in that, and we somehow get a 7th place running position out of that, avoiding all the cars. And a few laps later, because everyone's doing their pit stops, we moved up to 3rd. Now we are coming in for our scheduled green flag pit stop here before the end of stage 1. Going to be 4 tires and fuel for the Trackhouse crew. Here you get a good angle what the new paint scheme looks like, whipped up by my friend Landon Tollison. Great paint scheme there. I see here McDowell, Gilliland, Earps, a couple of lap cars making their way out of pit road now. So now we come out and we'll see where we cycle out here. We were running basically about 7th to 8th right before the pit stop cycle started. Now here we are. We exit the cycle in 9th currently, but here comes Chase Elliott going by, so we'll be down to 10th. But still a solid cycle. We're still in the top 10, still in position to get some stage points. This is exactly what we need. A couple stage points. Just maintain the regular season championship lead. Get those bonus playoff points. Denny Hamlin is leading, by the way, and Hamlin's trying to drive away with the stage win here. But now in turn one, we're aggressive to the inside of Chase Elliott. We're not going to hit him any slack because of the way he's been racing us the last couple of weeks, including, of course, the Pocono. That wasn't pretty there. So we go by Chase for 9th. A few laps there, negotiating the inside of Sheldon Creed, and the caution comes out, ending stage 1 prematurely. So Denny Hamlin will get the stage 1 win here in Iowa. Josh Berry 2nd, Corey Heim 3rd, Chris Buescher and Brad Keselowski run out the top 5, followed by Kyle Larson, Chandler Smith, Chase Briscoe, myself, and Chase Elliott the top 10. So we bring home 2 stage points. Now here we are in the second stage of racing. You have a huge bump to Kyle Larson after turn 1. He's almost, he did make contact with us right there. He completely wiped out as we try to work on the outside of Chandler Smith for 7th, which he'll take that position for now. Hamlin once again on the lead on the restart, controlling this race, trying to get his 2nd win of the season to further establish himself, to see if he finally can get that elusive Cup Series championship, because lived him his entire career and continued to do so. Even after last season, he made the Final Four. But we were not about to let him steal that championship from us. Now we're on the inside of Chandler Smith, side by side for 7th, continuing to fight hard on the racetrack here in Iowa for a spot inside the top 10 on this restart. The inside lane, the preferred line here. We get a good run through the corner, clear the 18 of Chandler Smith, and now set our sights on the 17 of Chris Buescher for 6th place. With early in this stage, now we go to the inside of Chris Buescher through turn 1 and 2, once again on the preferred lane on the bottom, and we'll clear the 17 easily through turn 2 down the backstretch, and into 6th we go. Now chasing down Chase Briscoe in the 14, who's running inside the top 5 here in 5th. A little bit of contact down the turnway, sideways goes the 14, around goes Briscoe into the wall. Hard hit, and Briscoe goes crashing hard behind us. And some controversial officiating. No caution is called by NASCAR, and we remain to hold the 5th position. A few laps later, though, Karma's going to get us back. We hit the wall, and now we're the one wrecking. Around we go off the nose of Stenhouse, and Nemechek spins us back down to the apron, but we managed to get the car back going in the right direction. Got some decent damage to the front and rear ends of the car, but we are still only in 11th, and we got to stay out here into the pit cycle so we don't, get bit here by a caution. So a few laps later, we're now on the inside of Bubba Wallace, looking to drive our way back into the top 10, which we will do, clearing Bubba. Now we're on the inside of Blaney for 9th. But as you can see there with that wreck that just happened there with myself, that was basically the racing gods giving us some karma back for getting into Chase Briscoe by being just a little bit too aggressive through the corner, and the caution has come out here. So now everyone comes down pit lane, so now everyone has enough fuel and tires to go at the end here. 13 to go in stage 2. We clear the 9 of Chase Elliott, give Bubba Wallace a massive shot through turn 2. He's up into 8th. Elliott almost wrecks us out of turn 2. We managed to save it, but it cost us 5 or 6 spots on the racetrack, and I am not happy with what Chase Elliott just did there. Just completely slammed into us and completely almost wrecked us down the middle of the backstretch. So I'm trying to get back to him to give him a little payback, show my displeasure. So we get into him here and punt Hocevar, accidentally in the process trying to hit Chase Elliott. We do get Chase, but at the same time we moved Hocevar out of the way. So now that clears the path for us, and just like that we're back into 10th now. So we're back into the top 10. Now working on the Hendrick duo, Bowman and Byron, right up ahead of us in 8th and 9th as we try to get by them here down this front straightaway. With 11 to go in stage number 2, we go to the inside of Bowman. We'll make that pass and secure position number 9. Hamlin continuing to dominate this race as now we go a few laps later. We're back on the inside of 48. He got back around us for position. Now we're 3 wide with Alex Bowman, William Byron. Byron checks up because of Bowman coming up in front of him. Is exactly what we needed to clear the 48 into turn 3, and he hits us with a nasty crossover right back to the inside, makes it stick. Very impressive move from Bowman. He makes a move for 8th, and Chandler Smith gets a little aggressive, gets to our inside, pinches us now on this outside lane, which is a tough spot to be. We're trying to hold on to a position or make passes here in Iowa as we try to hang on to 9th on the outside of the 18, and we crossed over the 48. We're going to be 3 wide into 3 and 4. We're all squeezing into each other. A little bit of contact there between Chandler Smith and I. We're getting into Bowman now and exit the corner. Smith moves into 8th, and then we continue to scrap it out for 9th. With the Hendrick driver of Bowman, William Byron looking on behind us, trying to find a way by us. Now we clear Bowman, move into 9th, and Byron gives us a big push through the corner. But we do secure 9th. Now we send him the 24, William Byron, and around he goes. Byron spins himself off of Austin Hill. He goes crashing into the wall, slammed by Christian Eckes and Chase Briscoe. Byron's car is destroyed. His competitive day basically over. And now it is a 2 to go, basically restarting stage 2. So we're aggressive on the restart in 11th. Already sent it 3 wide, forcing our way by Cindric. Just not like that into 9th. Now on the inside of Smith for 8th. Trying to bring home stage points at both stages here. So definitely being aggressive, trying to capitalize. As you know, every point matters in this system. 1 point could be the difference between you being out in the round of 8 or making the championship 4. So we're trying to get every point we can. Last lap of stage 2 now. It's still Denny Hamlin in control. Calm, cool, and collected, leading this race. Blocking, by the way, Corey Heim, by the way. He's up in 2nd. Having a tremendous day for the rookie here now. As we clear his chances for 8th now. Get aggressive. Send into 3 and 4. Underneath the 17 of Chris Buescher. We gassed it up. Really kind of use him as brakes almost. Getting to Larson. He gets a little wide. Now we hold off Smith at the line. Gets 6th in stage 2. But is Denny Hamlin winning stage 2 and sweeping the stages here at Iowa. Corey Heim, an impressive 2nd, followed by Keselowski, Wallace, and Josh Berry, the strong 5th. Then we come home 6th, and then Smith, Larson, Buescher, and Cole Custer earns the last stage points. Now back underway, 38 to go in the final stage here at Iowa. We give, once again, we're faster than Austin Cindric ahead of us in the corner. We give him a huge shot right there. He gets loose, wiggles out of the way, loses a spot or 2. And now we're fighting Bowman for 11th. And who is that on the inside? That is the 16 of Shane Van Gisbergen. SVG is now in the top 15, looking for a top 10 spot. How about this drive from SVG? His 2nd ever race at Iowa is having a tremendous run. As we go 3 wide now with Van Gisbergen and Elliott. We're slamming to Chase Elliott, get payback for earlier. Moving to 11th now, and set our sights on Cole Custer, who we've had a couple of battles with today, but we'll go by Custer, no problem on the inside lane, and secure a spot on inside the top 10 now in that 10th spot. Not quite clear of him though. Got Blaney pushing us into 1, so now we will clear Cole Custer, get up to the bumper of Alex Bowman in the 48, trying to get by the 48 for 9th now. Denny Hamlin still leading this race, still has not been passed yet. Now we try to get by Bowman. Blaney gives us a huge push, sends us right into the door of Bowman, clearing the path for his teammate of Cindric to come through. And now the team orders, the fix is in for Team Penske. They're bullying us Chevrolets out of the way. We punt Austin Cindric into turn 1 out of frustration with the way the Penske drivers have been battling us today, especially Ryan Blaney. So now we're trying to hold on to this 9th spot on the outside lane. But Cindric continuing to be a pesky on the inside, gets by us for 9th. We try to hold off Ryan Blaney now is 10th, squeezing us up the racetrack here. 34 laps to go. We work the outside of the 12, still trying to clear for this position. We just don't have the momentum down the backstretch. Blaney's going to prevail in this battle. It looks like in the 3 and 4 though, we still just keep working the outside. Indeed, the Penske cars do clear us. Blaney and Cindric, a few laps later, we're down to 11th, closing on Bubba Wallace. Just give him a tiny little bump and he completely loses it, and around goes Bubba Wallace. Bowman sends him back into the outside wall. A hard hit for Bubba, and once again, no caution is called. What are the NASCAR officials doing today as Corey Heim's leading by the way, and a huge problems up ahead, smoke up ahead. That's from Carson Hocevar stacking up everybody in front of us. We take advantage, and just like that, we're side by side for 5th, and we were running 11th about 3 seconds ago. In turn 3 and 4, we get by Denny Hamlin. Josh Berry gives us a little bump. Berry now moves into 5th. We drop down to 6th, trying to get around him now down this back straightaway. A few laps later, we cross over Josh Berry, hit him with the crossover, which has happened to us a lot of times today. This time we're going to successfully execute it here on Josh Berry, clearing the 4, exit turn 4, now securing his 5th place here with 29 laps to go. A few laps there, pit stops are beginning. Blaney, Logano, Keselowski are in, which will leave Austin Cindric and myself out here on the racetrack with 18 to go, pushing the fuel mileage as long as it can go, and all of a sudden, middle of turn 1 and 2, the car starts sputtering. So now we got to try to make it back to pit road without completely running out of gas, as we may have pushed it a little bit too far. Staying out an extra lap here as the car is sputtering, but we have enough power and steering underneath us where we're going to be able to kind of sputter and coast our way to the pit road commitment line here. So we're able to make it in, once again, 4 tires and a full tank of gas here to get us to the finish here in Iowa. Expected to be the final pit stop of the day, unless, of course, a late caution comes up. A great pit stop over track. Our Screw 15-2 gets us out right behind a couple of lap cars of Burton and Creed. We come out, currently scored in 7th, now 8th as Josh Berry goes by. So we'll cycle out to be about 8th place here in Iowa, which is still very solid, right about where we were when that cycle started. A little bit further behind though, we were like top 5, so not quite the best cycle for us as Byron tried to punt us out of the way there. Ended up almost wrecking himself. So, you know, he gets a dose of racing karma as well. So now we're in 8th here, 14 to go. Now down to 10 to go. We're going back to the inside of Ryan Blaney now, trying to finally make a pass for 7th. And the caution comes out. And now it is a split strategy on pitting here. So we get back into race 6 to go. Alex Bowman, myself, Chase Briscoe, Todd Gilliland, Chandler Smith, Corey Heim, and Kyle Larson all come down pit road and pit for fuel and fresh tires. We put ourselves in a position to try to charge by the drivers on older tires up in front of us to try to take this win. And by the way, take note, Corey Heim, he did just pit, but he was leading and he was driving away looking for his first career win. It's now Josh Berry in the lead. 5 to go. We are punting Todd Gilliland out, like completely driving through him right there. That was not covering that up. That was absolutely just driving through him right there, just being super aggressive, trying to capitalize on every opportunity to get positions here and bring home a top 5, maybe even a top 10 finish here as we catch up to Ricky Stenhouse Jr., who's having a strong top 10 recovery from that incident that he and I were both involved in stage 1. So now 4 to go. We go to the inside of Stenhouse and Kyle Larson. 3 wide move through the 1 and 2. We make the pass. Into 9th we go now as we get an aggressive slide job to clear Stenhouse. Now in the 3 and 4, we dive to the inside of Ryan Blaney for 8th position, who we were just passing when that yellow came out. We go by him now. Now we are on the inside and on the bumper of the former leader of this race, Corey Heim in the 67, the rookie for 2011 Racing. We're throwing heinous blocks back here. 3 laps to go. We're just trying to get by Heim and his Toyota teammate of John Hunter Nemechek having a top 7 run right now. 3 wide to the inside of the 42. Now side by side with Nemechek as Chris Buescher holds 5th. Now he sent it to the inside of the 17. He holds a position. Now it is, we give a shot to Buescher. Now it's Corey Heim back on our inside. Now once again it's side by side for 6th with just 2 laps to go here in Iowa. How is this one going to end? Byron moves up out of the way, so we easily drive by him. We continue to fight Heim for 5th place now. RFK cars are 3rd and 4th. How about Cindric in 2nd? Barry, though, still leading. We get aggressive, cutting the nose off of Corey Heim and sending it underneath the RFK cars. Get a little bit physical there, getting into Chris Buescher. And now we're side by side with Keselowski for 3rd here now with just a white flag in the air. Final lap presented by Credit One Bank here at Iowa. It is Josh Berry looking for his first career win and a spot in the Cup Series playoffs. If he can hold on here for 2 more corners, we dive bomb Austin Cindric into 3 and 4 for 2nd, and we will clear him pretty easily here next to the corner. But it's going to be Josh Berry winning at Iowa. First career win for Josh Berry and locks himself in the playoffs. Both Stewart-Haas cars make the playoffs after they downsize. A brilliant call there by Tony Stewart and Gene Haas to downsize both cars with wins, and now in the playoffs. We come home in 2nd. A valiant effort on those fresh tires, charging those last couple of laps. Just didn't quite have enough to get to Josh Berry. Just needed 1 more lap. Austin Cindric comes home in 3rd. Corey Heim almost had that win before the caution. Ends up disappointed in 4th. Chris Buescher the top 5. Then Keselowski, Stenhouse with a strong top 10. Same for Nemechek. Byron Blaney is running out the top 10. See through the rest of the grid there. SVG, Sam Mayer, solid top 20 for those guys who don't expect to really be top 20. And now we look at the updated playoff grid. Just 3 races remain until the Cup Series playoffs begin at the Southern 500 at Darlington Raceway. We, of course, remain comfortably at the top of the playoff grid, but now Josh Berry locks himself in as our 15th different winner, leaving 1 spot left on points, currently held by Seabell by 125 points over his teammate of Ty Gibbs, who's now below the cut line. Carson Hocevar, Corey Heim, everyone below them has to win, as the points gap is just too large for them to make up. So we'll see how it goes. Only 3 races left. 1 spot remains in the playoffs here in the NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode Season number 3. And as we end the episode, as always, I want to give a shout out to my channel members. So I want to thank my boy, Jeremy Isley. Thank you, Jeremy. I appreciate your support. And if any of you want to become members as well, you can click the join button or the link in the description down below to get access to exclusive perks, such as early access to videos and more good stuff like that. So until the next episode, I hope you all have a good one.